Hello students, welcome for today's session. Today we are going to perform practical of nepheloturbidimetry. Here we have to perform a chloride limit test by nepheloturbidimetry. So our aim of today's practical, very first of all, to know the turbidimetry, nepheloturbidimetry, general principle, procedure, observation, calculation and result. So the aim of today's practical is to perform limit test for chloride by nepheloturbidimetry. For this, we required following requirements. We require the nepheloturbidimetry apparatus, pair of Nessler cylinder, glass rod, beaker 100 ml, pipette 10 ml, pipette 1 ml, glass rod, etc. We also required chemical sample solution, standard solution of sodium chloride, that is 25 ppm sodium chloride standard solution, dilute nitric acid, silver nitrate solution. We require to prepare chloride standard solutions by diluting 5 volumes of 0.0824% fed by volume solution of sodium chloride to 100 ml of 100 volumes of distilled water. We also have to prepare 0.1 molar silver nitrate solution. For this we require to dissolve 1.7 gram of silver nitrate in 10 ml and make up the volume 100 ml with the distilled water. So students, very first of all, we have to find out what is nepheloturbidimetry. Whenever there is an electromagnetic radiation light strikes a particle in a solution, some of the light will be absorbed by the particles, some will be transmitted through the solution, and some of the light will be scattered or reflected. Now, the principle of nepheloturbidimetry, it depends upon the amount of light that is scattered is proportional to the concentration of insoluble particle here. The scattered light may be measured by two means, that is turbidimetry and nephelometry. In turbidimetry, the intensity of light transmitted through the medium, the unscattered light is measured. So if we look at here, so this is uh, a diagrammatic representation of how the instrument works. The light source follows lights on the whatever the sample solution through a lens. The uniform light is then strikes on the different particles that are present in the sample. Now some of the light is scattered, some is transmitted and some is back scattered. So here we will measure at the different angle the scattered and transmitted light. So whenever we measure at the 90 degree, we will generally use the nephelometry, while at 180 degree we will use a turbidimetry. Now turbidimetry measurements are made at 180 degree from the incident light beam. In nephelometer, the intensity of scattered light is measured usually but not necessary at right angles to the incident light beam. Two techniques differs only in the manner of measuring scattered radiations. If we look at here we are measuring the scattered light at the 19 degree by nephelometry, while in turbidimetry or spectrophotometer we will measure it at 180 degree. The turbidimetry can be measured on most routine analyzer by spectrophotometer absorbed light. Reduced sensitivity and precision. Extension of light scattering increases as wavelength increases. The intensity of scattered light is normally measured by the nephelometer. The light scattering is the physical phenomenon and resulting from the interaction of the light with the particles in the solution, which it totally depends upon the particle size, wavelength, distance of observation, concentration of the particles and molecular weight of the particles. So these are the factors which are governing the light scattering. Look at the phenomena of the light scattering. The blue color of the sky and the red color of the sun at sunset results from the scattering of the light of small dust particles, water molecules and other gases in the atmosphere. The efficiency with which light is scattered depends on the wavelength. The sky is blue because violet and blue lights are scattered to the greater extent than other wavelengths. The nephelometry, the decreased concentration, uniform scattering, intensity of scattered light proportional to the concentration and measured at the 90 degree. While interferometry increased concentration, scattering not uniform, and intensity of transmitted light measured at the 180 degree. Now, today we are going to perform our practical in two steps. Very first of all, we have to perform uh, all the steps as like limit test for chloride, and in the step 2 we have to measure the NT units by the Nephelo turbidometer. So first step is preparation of sample and standard operations. Very first of all, we have to take a pair of Nessler cylinder, mark them as a test and standard. First of all, we will dissolve the specified quantity of the substance in distilled water and transfer to the Nessler cylinder, which is marked as a test. Similarly, we can place 1 ml of 0.05845% weight by volume solution of standard sodium chloride or 25 ppm sodium chloride solution in the Nessler cylinder, which is marked as a standard. In the second step, we will add 10 ml of dilute nitric acid in both the Nessler cylinders. In third step, we have to make up the volume to 50 ml with distilled water, and then we have to add 1 ml of silver nitrate solution in both the Nessler cylinders. Now we have to stir immediately with the glass rod both the Nessler cylinders and allow to stand for 5 minutes. Then we have to observe the opalescence develop and compare the opalations of test to that standard. Now our both opalescence test sample and standard samples are ready. Now second step is measurement of Nephelo turbidometry NT units. Here, very first of all we have to switch on the instrument, allow to stabilize for 10 minutes, flash distilled water and adjust the reading to 0%. Then we have to discard the distilled water and take standard opalations, adjust the reading to 100%. And we have to also note down the first NTU, and that we have to consider as 100% for the standards. Then we have to run the sample opalations and compare the percentage NTU with the standard opalations. Now we will actually perform the practical at laboratory level. Thank you.
Hello students, welcome for today's session. In today's session, we are going to perform limit test for chloride by using a new technique, that is Nephelo turbidometry. So the aim of our today's practical is to perform limit test for chloride by using Nephelo turbidometry. So our requirements for today's practical, very first of all, as like a chloride limit test, we require the same requirements here. So our chemical requirement is, first of all, we require 1% silver nitrate solution, dilute nitric acid, standard chloride solution of 25 ppm, distilled water, then glass pipes, we require pair of Nessler cylinder, pipette, glass rod, beaker. Instruments, so as this practical we are going to perform by using a technique, that is analytical technique, that is Nephelo turbidometry. So our instrument is known as Nephelo turbidometer, and the principle of today's practical. Now the today's practical is based on the principle that this technique or this type of analysis, these are based on the scattered and transmitted light will pass to the non-transparent particles which are suspended in the solutions. When light is allowed to pass through the solutions, what happens? A part of radiations are absorbed, reflected and refracted, while the remaining light is transmitted. And the basis of this Nephelo turbidometric titration is that, or this analysis is that, the measurement of transmitted light as a function of concentration of suspended particles. So when we perform the limit test for this limit test for chloride by using Nephelo turbidometry, here with the silver chloride particles, these are to be suspended particles which are present in the solutions. We have to find out the concentration of silver chloride that is present in the solution. Here we will determine the silver chloride by turbidometry as whatever the silver chloride present in the solution, it can be recorded as a concentration of suspended particles against transmitted light. So if the NTU of the solution, that is test sample, is within the limit than that of the standard solutions NTU or standard chloride solutions NTU, then we can say that our chloride limit test passes, or vice versa. That means if the NTU of the sample solution is more as compared to that of standard solutions NTU, then we can say that our sample fails the limit test by using the Nephilo turbidometry. So now we will actually perform the practical. We will see how this practical can be conducted. Thank you. Now we are actually going to perform the Nephilo turbidometry for the chloride solutions or chloride limit test. So here our requirements for today's practical is, we require first of all a glass pairs. Here we require pair of Nessler cylinder, then measuring cylinder, pipette, glass rod, beaker. Chemical requirement for this practical is, very first of all we require a standard solution of sodium chloride which is of 25 ppm. We require 1% silver nitrate solution, dilute nitric acid, distilled water and sample solution. So here we will mark this is a sample solution which is prepared by using 1 gram of ammonium chloride dissolving in the suitable quantity of water and making the volume up to 25 ml. So this is our sample solution. So as earlier we have discussed, these are the requirements, these are the chemical requirements and these are glassware requirements. So as per the procedure, first of all we are going to prepare opalations for standard solution and then opalations of the sample solutions. So we will take first a Nessler cylinder which is marked as a standard. So we will take 10 ml of standard chloride solution and transfer this 10 ml of standard chloride solution in the Nessler cylinder which is marked as a standard. Second step, we will take 10 ml of dilute nitric acid. So we will take here 10 ml of dilute nitric acid and again transfer the dilute nitric acid to the Nessler cylinder which is marked as a standard. Then we have to make up the volume up to 50 ml by using distilled water. So here our standard solution is ready. Okay. Now similarly we will prepare sample solution. So here we take a Nessler cylinder which is marked as a test and first of all we will transfer. Similarly we will take 10 ml of sample solution and transfer it to the Nessler cylinder which is marked as a test. In similar fashion again we will add 10 ml of dilute nitric acid. Of dilute nitric acid to the Nessler cylinder, which is marked as a test, and make up the volume up to 50 ml by using distilled water. Now the next step is addition of 1 ml of 1% silver nitrate solution in both the solutions. Okay, so here after addition of 1 ml silver nitrate solution, we will mix it well and allow to and keep both the solutions for 5 minutes. Now we have to allow to stand for 5 minutes both the solutions. Now after 5 minutes our both the solution, that is standard opalescent solutions and test opalescent solutions, these are ready. So if we look at both the solutions as per our regular chloride limit test, if we look at transversely through the Nessler cylinder, so it is found that turbidity in standard is more and in test is less, or we can say that the test having less turbidity as compared to standard. Now we will check it by using the instrument that is known as nepheloturbidometry. This is the nepheloturbidometry instruments. So as earlier we have discussed that it is based upon scattered and transmitted light by the non-transparent particle suspension solutions. When the light is allowed to pass, here is a, if we make it on, we will find here is a light. So when the light is passed through the solutions, there are part of the radiations are absorbed, some are transmitted, or some are reflected or refracted. So here those transmitted to these solutions, they are to be captured by the instruments and they are recorded as a NTU unit, that is nepheloturbidometry units, here by these instruments. So very first of all we will make it on. So first step is to make the switch on. Here is the main switch. Again we have to make it on off. Now here we will make it on. At the display there is a display unit which shows NTU units. There are two ranges, 200 NTU range and 2000 NTU range. We will use here 2000 NTU range. There is one knob for adjusting the zero, a knob for calibrations. So this is already calibrated instrument. So according to our procedure, first step is we have to take a cuvette of this nepheloturbidimetry instrument and we have to take a distilled water in it. So first step is transfer a distilled water to the cuvette. Now there is a marking is given up to which we have to use a solution. So here a marking is given up to which we have taken a distilled water and we have to put this in a chamber, that is cuvette chamber, and we will now adjust a zero by using distilled water. Zero knob is given or a zero adjustment is provided. So first step is adjusting zero by using distilled water. We also have to remember that whenever we are going to adjust zero by using distilled water, before that we have to allow this instrument to stabilize for 10 minutes at least, and then we have to use this instrument for the performing the practical. So as we have adjusted zero, our second step is we have to discard distilled water. So here first of all we will discard the distilled water. Now second step is to take a standard now we will put a cuvette with the standard solution in the chamber. So we will note down the reading here. This is 364. So we have to consider this is 100%. So the next step is now we have to take reading for the operations of the test sample. So here next step we will take test sample operations and now we will put it into the cuvette chamber. Here we have to record the reading. So now it is constant. So the NTU recorded by the test sample operations. So here 223 NTU, that is nepheloturbidimetric units, are recorded by the. Now we will again discuss. Here our practical is completed and we found that the NTU recorded by the test sample is less than that of standard, that is 223 NTUs recorded by the test sample. The test sample have recorded 223 NTU units, that is nepheloturbidimetric units, while standard recorded 364. NT units. Now we will calculate pulse. So next we will perform the calculation for this. Now here we will switch off the instrument. Recording on the instrument is completed. Now here we have to calculate with the help of calculations by using the whatever the readings recorded by the both the test and standard solutions. So students, by performing the practical, we have recorded our meter readings. We set our nepheloturbidometer, the NTU range to 2000. Very first of all, we recorded our reading for standard solution. The reading found was 364. Similarly, we recorded our sample solutions record meter reading. We got it is 223. Both these reading we have conducted at NTU range 2000. Now we have to calculate the total NTU by meter reading. As our range is 2000, we have to multiply by this NTU range each reading. So after multiplication, we found that the standard solution having total 728,000 NTU. Similarly, sample solution having 446,000 NTU. So here we found that whatever the NTU recorded by sample solution, that is 446,000, which is lesser than that of standard solutions, which is having 728, that is 7,28,000. So we can say here that as our given sample solution having lesser NTU than that of standard solution, the given sample passes the limit test for chloride by using the nepheloturbidometric analysis method. So this is our result. Thank you.
So students, here after completion of practical, we got the observation that the opalescence or turbidity produced in the sample solution is not more than that of standard solution. Here, by using nepheloturbidometer, we have calculated the NTU, that is nepheloturbidometer units. So we got here for 364 NTU units meter reading for the standard solutions, while we got 223 for test sample at NTU range 2000 for both the solutions. After calculation, we got total NTU for standard sample is 7,28,000, while for test sample is 4,46,000. So the percentage NTU calculation shows that it is about 61.26%. And here we can conclude that as total NTU of the given unknown sample is less than that of standard solutions, the given sample passes the limit test for chloride by nepheloturbidometry. Now we will see some objective questions, Viva questions here. Very first of all, we have to write down the principle behind the nepheloturbidometry. It totally depends upon the concentration of the particles present or suspended in the solutions and whatever the scattered light that is measured by the nepheloturbidometry at different angle. There are the different factors which affect the light scattering, that is molecular weight, particle size, number of particles, also molecular weight, distance of observing, and concentration of the solutions. Now the difference between nephelometry and turbidometry. In nephelometry, the scattered light is measured at 90 degree, while in the turbidometry it is measured at 180 degree, that is absorbed light is measured here. The principle behind chloride limit test, it is based upon the reaction between the soluble chloride and silver nitrate solution, which produces the silver chloride, and that gives the opalescence or turbidity to the solutions, which we can measure with the help of nepheloturbidometry. How 0.1 molar silver nitrate is prepared? By dissolving 1.7 gram of silver nitrate in 10 ml of water and making the volume up to 100 ml. We can prepare silver nitrate solutions. Now there are some MCQ questions. In the nephelometry, the intensity of the dot light is measured. Here, In nephelometry, the scattered light is measured while in the turbidimetry, absorbed light is measured. In turbidimetry, increased concentration, scattering, not uniform intensity of transmitted light is measured at what angle? That is 4 options, 90 degree, 180 degree, 120 and none of this. So here correct option is 180 degree. The following are the reagents are used in the limit test of the chloride: barium chloride, glacial acetic acid, silver nitrate solution, thioglycolic acid. So correct option is here silver nitrate solution. Last MCQ. The light scattering is a physical phenomena resulting from the interaction of the light with the particle in solution. Depends upon particle size, wavelength, concentration of particles, all of the above. The correct option is here all of the above. Thank you. So here we have completed the nepheloturbidometry, completed the chloride limit test by using nepheloturbidometry. Thank you.